Well, hi, my name is Eric Holt. I'm running for the Clark County Council Chair. I was a truck driver for many years, a Teamster, shop steward, and the most recent career experience I've had is as a safety and maintenance or safety and operations manager for a mine site, mining company in Portland.
And how long have you lived here?
I've lived in Clark County since 2010.
Okay. And where did you grow up?
Grew up in Utah,
Utah. Where about?
both northern and southern Utah.
Very good. So what brought you to the Northwest?
The amazing weather we have out here,
Perfect.
especially like today. The number one reason I'm running is to bring representation back to the council for the people of Clark County. For too long, there's been a very vested interest of builders and realtors that have had control of the county and the direction that the county's development has been progressing, which is fine. Everybody deserves a seat at the table. But that one voice has been pretty predominant on the council for a long time, and a lot of the people in the community are frustrated with the overdevelopment, the lack of infrastructure planning, the budget shortfalls, and everything else that comes along with it. So with my skill set, my business degree, and my experience building coalitions and working as on groups, I have a unique skill set that I can bring to the chair to make us back to an effective legislative body to represent the people of Clark County.
Do you feel like there's too many swings of the pendulum as far as the council is going, ideology-wise?
I don't. I think if you're talking over the last 20 years, probably yes. There's been quite a swing in the pendulum of ideology. But for me, county politics shouldn't be partisan. I mean, potholes and lights and road signs don't have an R or a D next to them. They just have you have a mandated level of service that you've got to provide to the county that's required by the Washington State Constitution. And so to come into it with an ideology, I think, is the wrong way to look at it. You should come into it wanting to do the best for your community and make the best choices for the people of Clark County.
What are some other reasons you want to be in this position?
Well, we need jobs in Clark County. About 72,000 people a day leave Clark County to go work in Portland for better paying jobs. And so we need to draw in some of that high-tech, high-wage business into Clark County so that we can get some of the people who are leaving to stay here. Now, what we don't need is 1980s technology and 1880s infrastructure to build those jobs. What we need are really good paying jobs. I oppose the freight rail dependent use in Brush Prairie, mainly one, because the people of that area don't want it in their backyards. And secondly, because it won't bring the kind of jobs that we need in Clark County. We are already flush with minimum wage or low wage jobs in Clark County. What we need are high paying jobs. Somebody making six figures in Portland is not going to stop driving to Portland to come over here and make $15 an hour in an asphalt plant.
So how do you do that?
Well, you look at things like the Discovery Corridor that's already enticing research companies and high-tech companies into the dark fiber networks that they're putting into the Discovery Corridor. We draw that infrastructure in, but we've also got to have the livability in the county that's going to draw people in, the talent that they want to live here. That's improving our I-5 bridge so that we can get traffic back and forth efficiently. We've got to have an infrastructure that makes sense. We've got to have walkable, livable communities where people can live, work, and play right in their same area. That's the future of development. That's the future of business.
How does the chair position make that happen? What do you have to do?
Well, you negotiate with all the other bodies. So you've got Oregon and Washington that are negotiating over a bridge, but you also have two cities and two counties that have to be a part of that too. So I believe going into a discussion of the I-5 bridge saying, well, we're Clark County, if you don't do what we want to do, we're not going to play your game, is an incredibly irresponsible way of approaching it. You have so many different governmental bodies that are going to have legal requirements in place when they say, when we make this deal and we pay this big chunk of it, this is how we want it to look. As Clark County, we've got to be able to make that happen for the citizens of Clark County, even if it's not the exact mold that a portion of our population wants.
What is it about your background that qualifies you for this position?
Well, I meet and exceed every legal requirement from the Washington State constitution for this position, and according to the charter, I also have extensive business experience building coalitions and working with teams. As a safety professional, I've spent many years building teams and running meetings as chair and developing coalitions that are successful. I also am a change maker in most of the positions that I've made, so I go into it with the objective of changing things for the better for everybody who works at the company.